love is strangers. Believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, beneath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my bite. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a lone wolf.
Hello my lovelies, this is SimsPal and welcome to episode 20 of The Sims 4 Vampire Amazon. I have so many things to talk to you guys about in this episode. I have no clue if we're even going to get it all covered, but I am going to try my absolute best. And I hope you guys have been enjoying the month of July with our double uploads for Vampire Amazon. This is going to be the last double upload of the month, and then we're going to go back to our one upload a week schedule. I hope you guys are fine with that, because I had holidays, so I could do all this recording and release all these episodes, but now after July, I'm going to have uni starting again, so I won't be able to do that, but then again, I might be able to. I mean, I have so much free time, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to go crazy, do I? Anyways, I have so many things planned, and right now, I mean, plan is a very, very relative word. I mean, these Sims don't really exactly let me plan. Things I plan, they always go to their plan, so I mean, yeah, we'll see how it goes, but like, I've built up a bit of lore and customs and those kind of things, which I'm really excited to share with you guys. So, before we get into it, I'm just gonna say, I kind of forgot about the Queen's pregnancy. Whoopsies! I forgot that she had to give birth and we had to be there with her, so, yeah, I just completely forgot, and I ended up continuing to play in the last part all the way to the end in the castle. And then after I finished making the machinima and I was uploading, I was like, wait a second. Did the Queen have the baby? Did the Queen just have the baby? What? So, yeah. And I already saved by that point, so I couldn't exactly go back and be there with her. But thankfully, she had a daughter. Phew! So this Queen is so pure, so pure. She had all girls, all three girls. So she had her last child, she had a daughter, and unfortunately, because we weren't there with her, we didn't get to name the child. So I am gonna just, not introduce you guys to the baby until she's a toddler and until we have renamed her what I want to name her. And then we'll see all that exciting stuff. So let's get into it. Now the Queen is here talking with Ambrosia, or Ambrosia more like talking to the Queen now that she's back, because Ambrosia thinks that she's kind of made, oops, stop guys, okay, never mind. Ambrosia thinks that she has made a breakthrough with the signs that the Queen, okay, that's a bit loud. She thinks she's made a breakthrough with the signs that the Queen left her with for Princess Cassandra. And so Ambrosia hasn't really been spending a lot of time with Ophelia for obvious reasons, or maybe not so obvious, but you guys know the drama by this point. But she's been doing research on her own, especially since she's been isolated by everyone else, so she's had nothing to do but research. So she's been doing that, and she thinks, so she hasn't done, or figured out completely the signs and all the signs kind of things, but for one of the signs, the sun, that I'm pretty sure Princess Cassandra got, Ambrosia is just updating the Queen that she thinks the sun that the princess got in her prophetic reading has something to do with the sun at the center of Elena's chest. Now, she's not sure what the connotations of that are, but she just has this feeling that it's somehow tied to that. Now, I still have to wait for your guys' opinions to see, what other conclusions we can draw, because honestly, if you're wondering why I'm not making any headway with Ambrosia and giving out any theories or what she thinks of these things, it's because when she does research, by her research, I mean your guys' comments. So I really need that, because your comments determines what research she does and what intel she gains. So I can't really make headway with her research, with Ophelia or her, until I get those comments from you guys. And I have started getting some really cool comments for Ophelia's readings, to her signs. I've had people say that maybe she's going to betray the clan, and then she's going to have to choose between either, living a life of servitude or dying. I've had people say that maybe she's going to try and catch the traitor or something, and she is going to end up dying while trying to catch a traitor or something like that. So we've had quite a few. I've had actually 3 so far, but they've been very different from each other. I can't remember all of them from the top of my head, but we've got quite a few theories already happening for Ophelia. Now I just need you guys to give me some theories for Cassandra and see how we can weave those together. But then again, any theories we do get, it won't come into play until season 2. So these theories can change as the storyline changes, and you guys can constantly keep updating them and those kind of things. So now that I've got that out of the way, I want to address the holidays and calendars. So in the last part, I did say that I would go ahead and create some holidays. And yes, Harvest Fest is still here because we can't delete it. I mean, yeah, because it's on the day. Anyways, I canceled it, so that's why most of the people will be sad or have a sad moodlet or something. But I said I would go ahead and make some holidays or some customs and those kind of things for the coven to celebrate. And I've gone ahead and chucked a few down. Now you guys can give me suggestions and, have any changes or improvements, or have other customs you want to add or extra meaning and those kind of things. But these are the basic ones I've got down. And the closest one to us right now is Vamp Fest. So Vamp Fest, we tell stories in Vamp Fest. That's the one event. And I said I'd do only one activity per holiday because you have to do it for every person, otherwise they get upset. So with Vamp Fest, what this is kind of a vampire festival where vampires go to a vacation place. I'm thinking Granite Falls, so they go over to a different, in the forest campgrounds, be one with nature, and that's when they gather around, tell stories about their ancestors, tell stories about their culture, probably show off powers or something. Maybe not show off powers, actually. I don't think that's it. But, they tell stories about their ancestors, their culture. They educate their children, those kind of things. And it's just kind of reconnecting. I mean, yes, they're very primal here, but it's more like a celebratory gathering of being primal at night and those kind of things. So the family, I'm going to actually get the coven, I don't know in what episode, probably in the next few episodes, we're going to be heading over to Granite Falls, and I've put down some new lots in Granite Falls, which I will show you guys when we eventually do get there, but I've got some vampire lots there, and that's where they're going to celebrate Vamp Fest. Now, I don't know if you can actually hold events or whatnot, or if it's just going to be probably a castle exclusive event, but it's going to be very kind of younger generation centric. But there we go. We've got Vamp Fest coming up, and so I've tried to put at least one holiday in every season. And then, so that's for autumn or fall, and then for winter, we have these two. Now, these two is part of one big holiday or celebration. So we've got Eve of the Goddess. Now, what happens in Eve of the Goddess is that the vampires get together, and they have the activity for that is Spooky Spirit. So that is when they actually, do a lot of cultural, artistic things. They get together, they interact with the supernatural, other supernaturals. They show off their powers, do a lot of vampiric things, go hunting out at night. And that's really, that's also primal. I mean, a lot of these things are primal, but that's when they go and they it's more like living in the moment and, being a testament to the goddess's creation of vampires, that kind of thing. So we've got that happening. And then the day exactly after that, we've got Day of the Goddess. So we've got Eve of the Goddess and Day of the Goddess. In Day of the Goddess, that's when it's a more calm day where everyone makes resolutions and then they try and work on over, the last day of winter, and then the first few days of spring, they try and work on improving skills or whatever they want to do, basically changing themselves and making themselves a better vampirist and a better person. That's what Day of the Goddess is. It's kind of them being, trying to improve what the goddess has already made so perfect, that kind of thing. And then for the spring, we have Death Fest. Now, Deathfest is a day of remembrance for the vampires, and this is spent at the castle, and that's where we have the vampires taking their young and everyone, and they basically go visit any gravestones or graveyard or tombstones. And like if the family ancestral, graveyard is in another lot, they go there. If it's on the home lot, then they just spend time visiting that. And so because right now we don't have any of the vampires that have passed away except for Elena, and she's a traitor, what we're going to do for Deathfest is basically remember traitors, essentially, and tell the children about the traitors of the clan. And educate them on that, educate them on the defenses of the clan, what happens when someone turns their back on the clan. It's basically a time for remembrance, for lessons, and, basically warning the next generation. And again, it's sort of like VampFest, but on a more not positive note. So we've got that going on for Deathfest. Normally, like in future generations of Deathfest, when we have these the first generation of vampires, when they've all passed away and those kind of things, then and become ghosts, then that will be when we visit the gravestones, we visit the ghosts, and we talk with them, reconnect with the spirits of the ancestors. That's what Deathfest is supposed to initially be. Or it could be just remembering traitors and those kind of things, We could switch it up or do both, but because we don't have any dead vampires yet, we're just going to focus on the traitors, or at least the one that we have. And then in summer, we have the castle warming. Now, that's kind of like New Year's, because where I'm from in Australia, our year starts not in winter, it starts in summer. So our year starts in summer. So I put kind of like the castle warming New Year thing in summer. Now, what happens in castle warming, we invite guests or whatever, probably have a party or an event, and basically that's kind of like a symbolic warming the cold stones of the castle with warm blood type thing. And we might go hunting, we might drink, who knows, but that's when everyone kind of calls all the vampires, any prominent figures in the community, to the castle, and is basically rejuvenating the spirit of the castle and, filling up our hearths and those kind of things. So those are the festivals we have, and I'm sorry for the long spiel, but I hope you guys actually enjoyed that, because I'm really excited and looking forward to all the lore we're going to create and the customs and those kind of things, and it's really coming into play. And I've got some other things in mind which I'm not going to tell you guys just yet. Maybe when the story progresses a bit more. Then again, I don't know what's happening exactly, so I don't want to rush into it and then be disappointed later on, but I've got some plans. This is where we're going. I hope you guys do like it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below on this whole, vampire culture thing, and if you actually like where this is going. So there we go. That's what we have for now. And I'm gonna take a break. Actually, also, before I take a break, we have Princess Narcissa, who has aged up into a child. That means in this episode, she's going to be moving into the castle. So what I'm going to do is actually take a break, probably feed these vampires up, rejuvenate them, and then we'll come back at nighttime with Princess Narcissa moved into the castle. So there we go. See you guys in a bit. Okay, we are back at the castle. The ladies have gone ahead and had their drink, and oh my goodness, it took the entire night. It took the entire night to go hunting, because we went over to the garden, but I think the ladies had already drank from them for the princess's birthday, so they were all drained except for a few, I think one or two. And so they had to go hunting, and as you can see, the number of vampires in our coven is very slowly growing, and so is their appetite, to be honest. And so it's hard to feed them all from just that one garden. So we had to get them hunting in the grounds around the castle, and it honestly took almost the whole night to do that. So I think the queen is actually thinking that she might go ahead and place, or I think she wants to reconstruct the current garden, and then I think she's also thinking about probably reconstruct the current garden to, like, this whole building and stuff to house more flowers, and potentially have another garden placed over here closer to the castle. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but for now it seems that's where she's going, because we don't actually need any other building here as of yet, apart from like these basic necessities. So I think she's going to reconstruct that into a second garden and probably enlarge this garden here. I do have mods to put more Sims, more than 8 Sims in a household, so I might just do that there. But she wants to reconstruct that, so that's what's happening for now. And we have Princess Narcissa Salazar moved into the castle. So this here, oh, she's gonna go and use the bathroom. Sure thing, honey. Just tell me when you're done, and then I can introduce you to the rest of the family. What else? Did I have something else supposed to do? A lot of things, probably. But this here is Princess Narcissa Salazar. She looks super cute. She is the first blonde in the family, which I'm actually really excited about. And this is her attire. Obviously, she's wearing the royal dress that all the royal children wear. And yeah, she has decided, unlike her older sister Cassandra, to go for a more dark and black look. And I think, I don't know, she's really embracing kind of like the darkness of being a vampire, but I don't think it's more of a bad or evil or mean thing or power hungry thing. It's not anything like that. Her trait that she actually got was loves the outdoors. And so what I'm actually thinking for her character is, especially with all the festivals we've been making so far, I think she is going to be a sim who absolutely loves vampiric culture. She loves festivals. She loves celebration. She's going to be the one who holds the family together. So, I mean, her own whims and wishes might change that in the future, but from her trait that she got and where we are at the story right now, what I'm seeing for her is that she's going to be the one that holds the family together. She's going to be kind of like the bridge between the youngsters and the older generation, because she absolutely loves culture, she loves family, she loves the concept of a coven, a queendom, and everything like that. And I think she's very much, all for that. And who is the historian? Isn't Ambrosia supposed to be kind of like a historian, those kind of things? So she's going to have a big part. So she's going to actually have to try and bond with the children in the fest that's coming up, Vamp Fest, because that's kind of like a history thing as well, and she's supposed to be the historian scholar of the clan. So that's what's happening. And another funny thing I actually noticed with Narcissa, after she moved in, I went into the calendar to see when she would age up into a teen, and funnily enough, her birthday falls on Death Fest. So that's going to be interesting to see what we go on and do there and what sort of drama happens then. But we're kind of just preparing to go over and celebrate Vamp Fest at that, I keep calling it outdoor retreat, but I know it's Granite Falls. So to be honest, we're actually probably going to be going over there in this episode. And I don't know if we're going to be celebrating it in this episode, but we're definitely going to be heading over there in this episode. I'm not sure when. Mainly, I'm thinking because it starts on a Saturday. So that holiday falls on a Saturday. Yeah, it falls on a Saturday. So I think Friday night we might start getting the family to go over there to spend the next few days there. And it is expensive. It's, I think, $4,500 per day to rent that place. But then again, it's a place fit for a queen, so it totally makes sense for me. And what does she want to do? Let's start putting the wishes for these lovely ladies in. She wants to catch a fish. We can actually do that, especially where we're going. That's going to be very good. Stargaze the Shiva, that's adorable. Yes, of course, of course. And she wants to catch a fish as well. Since when does she love the outdoors? Oh, yeah, as a teen she does. So she's going to go do that. Ophelia wants to play in a leaf pile, meet another vampire. You could, I guess, play in a leaf pile. Does she know Ophelia, actually? I mean, Narcissa. Yes, she does. I mean, she is Ophelia, jeez. I don't know if we're going to get any leaf piles, but I'll just put that in. If we don't, I'll change it sometime later. So the queen wants to be funny with Lady Kali, yes. And also, I wonder how the queen's going to take the new relationship that's been forming, because she wasn't here when all of that happened. She was away at the mother's den. So I wonder how she's going to take that. I mean, she has no reason to be angry or jealous, because even though she flirts with both of them, she's never really claimed them. And also something that was in the kind of dialogue of the last episode in the Machinima, but I didn't really discuss it, was the concept of dating in the Vampire Coven. So the vampires have marriages, betrothals, and they don't have a concept of dating. What they do have in this period, so when they're girlfriend, those kind of things, what that goes under the term of is to be claimed. So when the Sims, when they say they're in a relationship, it means that they're claimed, because vampires, obviously, if you're interested in someone, you're looking towards marriage or bringing your two houses and your two lines together. So they don't see the concept of getting together as just, dating. They don't have that concept. It's more like being claimed. So that's what Cynthia meant when she was telling her mother, you can't be claimed by Ambrosia. Because when we got that notification, so like, for example, how it says when you go to Lady Kaleidow, it says girlfriend. She's not actually her girlfriend in vampire terms. She's claimed by Ambrosia. So there we go. I mean, she's claimed by, Kali's claimed by Ambrosia, and Ambrosia is claimed by Kali. So that's what we have going on with vampires there. And I had some other stuff, but let's get these wishes down. Oh, yeah. Okay, level up in fitness for Lady Kali. We can do that. Play in leaf pile, be mean to Travis. Do you have any real things you want to do? If you want to play in a leaf pile to, relax, that's fine. Reprimand Butler. Yes, we can do that. I have not had anyone do that as of yet, and everyone's been treating the butler like she's invisible, except for, it seems, Amanda. Has she terrorized the butler beforehand? Maybe she has. Who knows? It appears that she has not left the butler alone. So there we go. And also, something that I didn't exactly discuss from a few episodes ago, and I mentioned in the last episode that my brother helped me come up with a plot line for what was happening with Ambrosia and Amanda. And what we saw was Amanda giving Ambrosia a bunch of mushrooms to say, oh, we've got, I know you're having trouble controlling your emotions, so eat these mushrooms, they're going to help you. And so what I thought was, with all the ingredients and potions that Lady Amanda has, yes, from Outdoor Retreat, we get a few of these potions that, we call potions, that you can make, but you can't really make anything and everything. You can't do that much. It's not as extensive as it could be. So, and I don't know when the Witches pack is coming out and what content's going to come with that, so I'm kind of appropriating whatever we do have in The Sims already, and I'm using a bit of imagination to make a bit more story to it, alright? So what we're doing is, with all these ingredients that we have, I'm actually going to I've started a Google document, which I have forgotten the name of, but I have a Google document that I've started where I'm going to start listing all the plant ingredients that we have in The Sims 4, and I'm going to be making up effects of each of those ingredients. Like, for example, if a Sim consumes, a harvestable or something, obviously it's not going to have an effect on them because in The Sims it's not supposed to, but we're going to be making effects up for them from, the vampire's perspective. So, for example, if we give someone a herb, say we gave them, or even a flower, say we gave them, chrysanthemum. Say we gave them chrysanthemum, and we said that chrysanthemum makes vampires flirty. So, if someone consumed a chrysanthemum, then we'd take that Sim and make them do a romantic interaction with another Sim. So that's an effect that we've made up that they will have from consuming that harvestable. So I'm going to start compiling a list of all those things, and also for each of those harvestables, they're going to have known and unknown side effects. So unless you test them, you won't really know what the side effects are, and I'll constantly be updating and adding that. So there we go. With the harvestable, and Lady Amanda has noticed that, and she wants to start testing some of her plants. I don't know if it's part of some larger evil plan, but she wants to start testing her plants. Okay, I'm slightly annoyed because I cut off my audio recording again. Don't know why, don't know how, but I did. I was in the middle of saying something and I lost it. But anyways, I don't think I missed that much. But basically, let me try and backtrack a little bit. So the harvestables, we have effects that we make up, and then they have side effects, known and unknown, right? So we're going to constantly, VampFest. Okay, yeah, we're going to be constantly updating that in the Google document that I have. And so I hope I explained it, or it was in the recording, I can't remember. I think I missed out a minute or two of talking. I don't know how much talking I did in 1 minute. But that's what we have. So I hope I explained this beforehand, but in case I didn't, I'm just going to say it again. With the harvestable, for example, if you had chrysanthemum and you gave it to someone else and it was supposed to make you like a vampire flirty and they consumed it, would make them have a flirty interaction with someone else. So that's what's happening in each harvestable. We'll make up our own kind of, effects and what they do, what they induce, what they cause. And if you guys have suggestions for certain harvestables, put them down in the comment section below. Or if you already know some effects that harvestables already have. For example, we have strawberries that make your Sims have girls and carrots that make your Sims have boys. So if you have anything like that you want to add to the comment section below, then I will try and start compiling that list in my Google document. And I want to try and make it really extensive. And so, yeah, she started noticing that, Amanda, and so she wants to test that on some of the other vampirists because she obviously isn't going to test that on herself. She obviously knows some of the things, but, she has a good understanding, especially because she spent her entire life, trying to learn about these ingredients, but she knows about their effects, but she hasn't tested them on people yet. And also, for the others, if you're thinking they should have common knowledge on what some of these ingredients may make them do, well, what I'm thinking is all the vampiric ingredients, like for example, wolfsbane and plasma fruit and those kind of things, the vampiresses will know what they make them have or do or the effects they have because they're basic vampiric plants. But for the other ones, especially the outdoor retreat ones, nobody except for the priestess is going to know the effects of those. And the mushrooms that Ambrosia got from Lady Amanda, they were actually moral mushrooms from outdoor retreats. So Ambrosia would have no clue what these are, and she would be trusting Amanda with giving her the right things to consume. And obviously she hasn't consumed them yet. Whatever effect or moodlet she may get from that, the actual effect of the mushroom is going to be very different to what the Sims say it is, It's going to be something that we make up. And I have made up its effect and its side effect with my brother, but we'll see when it comes into play. I'm not going to make it come into play right now because we're trying to focus on VampFest that's coming up. So there we go. That was a lot of talking and a lot of explaining. Now let's start getting some of these things that they want done. And the queen hasn't been in the castle for a while, so she's busy going around talking to everyone, trying to see if everything's up to date, everything's going fine, everyone's in a good mood, and all those great things. Okay, that's great. Thank you, Marielle. Okay, Lady Kali, where are you? The queen wants to be funny with you. So can you come to the queen? Can you come to the queen, please? Or can the queen come to you? Is Ambrosia talking? Oh, with friends? What do you mean talking with friends? Is she talking to the mantis? Ambrosia? Wait, how did you even get in there? Ambrosia, you're not... Did she fly there as a bat? I swear no one is allowed. Ambrosia, look at her. So I guess she can infiltrate everyone's chambers. If she wanted, she could infiltrate the priestess's chamber. Interesting. She flew in her as a bat. I think. Because the door is locked and she's not allowed to be in here. I wonder what she's doing. Maybe she's snooping around. Maybe she's suspicious of what Lady Amanda gave her. Because you know her, right? The conspiracy theory she has. Maybe she's suspicious and she's snuck in here while everyone's... Oh. Gosh damn it. Did I just move that? No. Okay. Let me fix this, guys. Let me fix this. I don't know. Move objects on. I don't know why I have to move things and do silly things. But I just do. Okay. Great. Fixed. But I think she's maybe suspicious, so she's like snooping around here to see what she can figure out about what Lady Amanda's doing, those kind of things. So very interesting what she's got going on there. And she's going over to hug the queen. Oh, day phobia. Oh yeah, she hates the day. And she's going over to hug the queen. Nice, nice, nice. Did I tell her to go do that? No, I don't think I did. I got distracted by something. But that's fine. She's going to go up. She already knows the queen wants to speak with her, talk to her, and they probably want to rebond. And maybe she's going to go and tell the queen that she has now been claimed by Ambrosia, and she has claimed Ambrosia. And, yeah, maybe let the queen know. I don't know if the queen's still going to want to flirt with her. And if she's, we don't exactly know how this works right now, but the queen does kind of have a right. So tell a funny story. So I feel like the queen, I don't know, man. I don't know how this works. I don't know if the vampiresses stay faithful to one spouse or they, be romantic or have romantic relationships with multiple women. I'm not sure how exactly that works. Let me know what you guys think, what you feel would happen. But I don't think she'd be able to reject the queen, even if she was. So, it would be up to the queen. I feel like they do stay faithful to their spouses, but it's kind of up to the queen whether or not they, she kind of approaches them romantically or not, and they can refuse anyone else, but I don't think they'd be able to refuse the queen. So it's up to the queen whether or not she respects them and their union or she doesn't. So there we go. Because it's kind of the concept of where, everyone belongs to the queen before they belong to each other. So, being in the queendom and being in the coven, they have already been claimed by the queen. Even though the queen's not claiming them in marriage, she's still kind of claiming them. Oh, really, Ambrosia? There's a bee in the terrarium? Is that it? Whoopsies. Okay, she's done with that. Why don't you actually go down and continue your fitness thing? So do your commando training. And she was, I think, in the last part or something, or maybe earlier in this part, she was training. Maybe in the last part, I'm not sure. What was she doing? I think she was at the start of this part. She was training with the princess, but I got distracted with something else, so I wasn't paying attention to that. Anyways, we're going to wait till the children come back from school, and then we're going to go over to Granite Falls, and we're going to start getting set up for Vamp Fest over there. And then in the next part, we're probably going to celebrate Vamp Fest. If anything, we might get started with celebrations in this part, but we might not actually get fully into it until the next episode. So there we go. That's quite exciting. I'm super excited for that. So I'm going to leave her to do that so she can start getting her fitness skill up. She's still got a bit to go, so I don't know if we'll be able to do that this part entirely. But she wants to go, and look at her. She's viewing at bees and stuff. Don't you want to go play in a leaf pile or something? Is there a leaf pile, nearby? I don't think there is. We actually have to go quite far, and it is the daytime, so I'm going to undo that. Do you have anything else that you maybe want to do? What's this? Cure sickness with a cup of tea. We don't have any tea stuff, darling. Otherwise, I would love to get you some tea. Okay, medicine. We can try and do that. Can you buy medicine on the phone? If we can't, then I can't get her what she wants. Nope. We can't. So, well, you're gonna just have to be, sick. And is she sick? I didn't know she was sick. Oh, she's feeling feverish. Well, looks like we can't do any of your wishes for now. Oh, there we go. She can talk. You can talk to yourself. That I can't do for you, darling. That I can't. So she's going to talk to herself over here. I hope she doesn't get caught by Amanda. I don't know what Amanda's going to do if she catches her. Oh, thank God. So Amanda's not coming down. And the girls are angry. I wonder why. Oh, they had a bad day at school. Why would that be? I love how they're angry, so they're coming down to trash the slave quarters. Well, guys, lucky for you, we don't have any slaves. We don't have any slaves. So, yeah, you can't exactly trash the place. I mean, you could, but yeah, it doesn't. Go for it. Doesn't matter. We don't have a slave. Travis doesn't stay here anymore. I might actually convert that into another jail cell. Who knows? We might do that, actually, because we don't need the slave quarters. Or I might just leave it, because why not? Who knows? We might have a slave in the future or something like that, you know? So I'll go and leave that there. And she wanted to stargaze with her mother, but she can't do that now. They might actually do that in Harvest Fest or something when they go over. and she wants to catch a fish. I think we could actually do that when we go over to wherever we're going to. So I think I'm going to take a short break and get them all fed and everything. And then I'll head over to Granite Falls and show you guys kind of the area, the buildings I've put in. And yeah, we'll move there, and then we'll kind of start ending off this episode with them starting off preparing for Harvest Fest. So there we go. See you guys in a bit. Okay, so we are back. Now all the ladies are well rested, well fed. Everything's perfect and ready for them to start a wonderful vacation for a few days in Granite Falls for Vamp Fest. Now, these are, so I replaced all the lots here. I haven't built any of them, but I do have the creators, which I will put down in the description below, so you guys can find these lots if you want. Some of them I will have changed the names, but I'll put the actual names down, and then I'll put the names I gave them in brackets so you guys can find them easier. So I'll quickly take you through. So over here we have the Forest Vampire Home, and I haven't decided exactly. I feel like this probably won't be a vacation spot like these ones. So these four here, I'm thinking are like vampire vacation spots for, you know, smaller vampire families, vampire people, couples, whatever, women, and family, they get, okay, males, no. When I mean family, probably like females, all female vampires, right? So, I mean, hey, you could have males here living, who knows, but thing is, it's supposed to be for primarily. And then we have this Forest Vampire Home, which I think is not actually going to be a vacation spot per se. I want it to be more like a residence of someone who lives here, but I'm not sure who's going to live here yet. But I feel like maybe future on, you know, in the future in the story, we might have someone who actually stays in Granite Falls in that lot there, because it blends very well with the forest, and I don't know, I just really like it. And then we have the Enchanted Vampire Cabin, which is actually the cheapest. Everything else is like 1,000 and above. And then we have the Vampire Cabin here, which is one bedroom. This is 2 bedrooms, interestingly. And then we have Vampire Dead End, which is 6 bedrooms here. And this is the Vampire Manor Nightshade, which I don't know how many bedrooms it has actually, it doesn't specify. But this is the biggest, baddest lot, and that is where our family is going to be staying for the remainder of their vacation for Vamp Fest. And this lot here is actually a bar. It's a non-rental lot, but it's actually called the Pure Goddess Grounds. And I know a lot of the lots for, you know, vampires and all that kind of things, they're all very dark and dreary and those kind of things. But this is the only vampire lot that's actually quite bright. I mean, you could say the Mother's Den is a little bit bright, but this place here is supposed to be like a pure ancestral holy ground, and it's just all white, completely white, and it's modeled after, I think, like Greek temples and those kind of things, but for the purpose of this challenge and this, you know, vampire culture, it's supposed to be a pure goddess ground. That's what it's called, or what I've called it, and that's basically where the vampires conduct the purest of rituals, which is a wedding. So even though they all wear dark and all those kind of things, a wedding is the one spot where all the vampiresses must wear white. And especially the brides, they must wear white, and everyone else must wear white as well, because it's part of the whole, you know, purity thing with the vampires, because that is the purest ritual in the vampiric culture. So there we go, we have that going on there, and in the future, if someone gets married, we might actually go there and visit that lot, but for now, we'll actually keep away from it, because it's not a place that everyone goes into. It kind of pollutes the atmosphere type thing. So there we go, we're going to go on into Vampire Manor Nightshade, and we're going to rent for 2 days, 2 or 3 days, I don't know. I mean, we have the money for it, so should we do 2 or should we do 3? You know what? We'll go ahead and actually do, but then I think we have someone's birthday. I think someone's birthday is after. We'll do 2 days. If anything, we can always extend it. I'll stick with 2. So we'll do 2 and move on there. I think someone's birthday happens as soon as we come back from Vamp Fest. So I'm going to have to check the calendar for that. I'm not sure. I think is it Ophelia? I think it's Ophelia's birthday, actually. Gosh dang. Has she been a teenager for that long? I didn't even notice. I don't feel like it's been that long, to be honest. But, I mean, It's great, isn't it? So this is the lot over here. Let me show you with all the walls up. And doesn't this look fantastic? So I just love it. It just looks so awesome. And then we have this other lot here. And where are the smaller ones? We've got this one, which is mostly an underground layer. And then same for this. I think it's an no, it's not. It's a really tiny one. It's got a little bit of an underground thing, staircase leading there. But all these lots look super awesome. And I'm just very excited for them. And where is so this is the little forest. This is the vampire forest thing, which I don't know who's going to stay here, but it's a super cute lot, which I think has like extensive underground network going on. But yeah, I want to save it for like a special character, which I haven't decided yet, but that's what I want to save it for. And let's have a look at what this place looks like inside. This was made by Kaleidow, I think, actually. And the name is exactly the same as what I've got it. And oh my gosh, this looks stunning. This looks fit for a queen, indeed. Very fit for a queen. Oh, I just love this. This would actually be super awesome as like an actual castle. I mean, look at that. Isn't this awesome? Where's the entrance? I'm wondering. Where is the entrance? Okay, so the entrance is here, and then you come down there. Ooh, I like this. I mean, if we had like a throne room here, that would be super awesome. But we don't, but that's fine. I actually really like this place. Let's just have a little bit of a look around here. I'm very intrigued. I love, like, it's so hard to decorate big, like, spaces like this. And I have so much respect for people who do. But, this looks amazing. Okay, hopefully we have enough spots for everyone to sleep in. I think we do. We should. We should. I'm sure we'll be able to figure something out. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there an 8th spot, maybe? Is there an 8th spot? And then... Oh! So we don't have an underground layer for this. Interesting. We only have 7. That's fine. I'll just plop down another coffin somewhere. And then we'll be all good. We'll be all good. Let me just pop down a coffin. So, no? Oh! So I can't, yeah. Interesting. I guess I can't plop down something while we're already on vacation. So someone is going to have to sacrifice sleep time. I don't know how this is going to work. That's a bit awkward. So I might actually, probably the next part sometime, I might go in. I mean, they're perfect right now. I actually had 2, believe it or not, guys, I had to cheat their needs. Except for the child's. I don't want to cheat that much. I know that's bad, but a food source was very scarce. I had to get this done in time. Otherwise, we would have missed our opportunity to be here for Vamp Fest. So all of that stuff happened. Darling, go back to your residence. Come on, don't wander around. Go back to your residence. So yeah, we've got people wandering around. Can you not find your way back? Come on, I believe in you. Find your way back. You'll be fine. If you want, use the bathroom here. There's a bathroom. Go use it. Actually, she wants to take a shower. Okay, take a shower and then come back home. And then we can do whatever. Okay? Sweetie. Okay. Sweet. Just come back after you're done. And then you can eat or something. Can someone... Do we have food? We don't have food, do we? Come on, Amanda. Make some food for the children. Serve dinner. She's going to serve some butternut nachi because she is an amazing cook. So she's going to go ahead and cook up some stuff for Narcissa to eat because Narcissa doesn't have anything to eat. And I'm going to have to edit in another coffin or maybe a couple of coffins around the place so that they have extra places to sleep. Right now there's only spots for 7 people. So someone is going to have to sacrifice their sleep and I don't exactly want them to do that. So I'm going to try and fix that once this part is done. But basically, we're going to be, preparing. They're all preparing for Vamp Fest and all its exciting things. And then we're going to spend the next episode celebrating Vamp Fest. I'm actually really pumped about that. And she wanted to fish, right? We can actually fish later on tonight or even when morning approaches because she's tired, so she probably needs to go to sleep. So once she's rested up, then we'll go ahead and do whatever she wants. As for the rest of them, they could probably start doing a few things right now. And VAMFest is on Saturday, and it ends at 2 p.m., so they're actually going to start celebrating tomorrow. So there we go. So today is just going to be them having fun around this place, getting used to the atmosphere of Granite Falls. This is the first time the girls have been here, so that's actually quite exciting. And she wants to stargaze with the queen. Oh, this is perfect, because it is nighttime. You can actually stargaze with the queen. So why don't you go ahead and do that, Queenie? No. Technology. First time the queen has come into contact with technology. I mean, except for her phone. She has that. So let's go ahead and ask to stargaze. So the princess wants to stargaze with her mother, so she's going to go ahead and do that. And she's gotten quite a bit fit from all the training that she's been doing with Lady Kali, so that's actually pretty fun to see. And the queen must be pretty impressed with her, I must say. And you know what? While she's going off to do that, I think I'm going to end off the episode here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to stick around for the machinima at the end. I'll see you guys next time. And bye-bye.